Afternoon baseball here on the show. Today we've got a good matchup ahead between the New York Yankees and the Kansas City Royals. The Yankees find themselves on an impressive 9-game winning streak. They'll try to push it into double digits next. Jacob Junis will be the starter for the Royals in this one. Dan, any thoughts?
You know, Matt, he wasn't all that bad in his last one. In a day and age where we don't see a lot of complete games, 6 full innings in his last one, and if they can score him a few runs, he has a chance to win this one here today.
And that'll bring up Gleyber Torres. And we are ready for some daytime baseball.
Leading off the afternoon for the Yankees, the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Underway now in the Sunday finale as the game's first pitch is taken for ball 1. These Kansas City Royals entering play this afternoon, guys. They've been mired in a team-wide slump of late, as with the loss last time out, they've now dropped 8 of their last 9 decisions.
Yeah, Matt, it hasn't been the best of times, D-Row. They've lost the first 3 games of this set at home, and the last thing you want to do is get swept in a 4-game series at home. You need to win this one.
Yeah, it can't happen. Can't get swept 4 games in a row on your home turf. Watch for the manager to make. He's going to make moves, and he's going to make them quick. I don't know what they're going to be pitching, hit and run. Something's happening today.
And that sends DJ LeMahieu into the box. Couple of hits for him in 4 trips to the plate last night. Took a little off, and it's in for a called strike 1. And now a pitch on the way. Oh, and he's really getting the better of him now. It's strike 2. 1 out, nobody on. Hit hard on the ground to short. Mondesi picks it up on to first, and there were 2 down.
Batting third, the first baseman, David Rosario.
Stepping into the box, David Rosario. And there's a look at his home and road splits so far this year. First pitch coming. Here it is. Swing and a miss, 0-1. And there are the umpires working this one. Calling balls and strikes is Mr. Patrick Johnson.
You know, D-Row, Patty Johnson, decent strike zone, but isn't always super consistent. I think that's one of the things that irritates players and pitchers.
Yeah, you're going to see a few glares, not only from the offensive guys, but maybe the guy on the mound as well. He needs to be a little bit more consistent.
A windup and the 0-2 pitch. And a good fastball swung on and missed for strike 3, and the inning is over. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. Yankees nothing. Royals coming up. You're watching Major League Baseball on the show. Walker Buehler, a Kentucky-born right-hander, gets the starting nod. Dan Plesac, what's the word on him?
Wow, talk about a number that jumps out at you. This guy's whip, which is walks to hits to innings pitch, is less than 1 coming into this start. That's not an easy thing to do. That tells me one thing. Not only is his stuff good, but he wipes people out quick. This is a real good pitcher.
Whit Merrifield next to hit. He'll lead things off here in the bottom half of the first. Now here's the pitch. In there for strike 1. Well, this Yankee ball club entering play this afternoon here. They've been pretty much unstoppable the last couple of weeks or so. Winners of 9 straight ball games.
Matty, you have a chance to win 9 ball games in a row. All you're thinking about, first off, everything's going right. All facets of the game are coming together. Team is playing exceptionally well right now. But your eyes on that double dip.
And hold on now. That's a fair ball down the left field line. Should be at least a double. And he'll pull into second here with nobody out.
He went with the slider, but the hitter wasn't fooled for a second. Gets the barrel of the bat through the zone and rips it down the line for a leadoff double.
Here's Billy Hamilton standing in. Fouled away. The numbers on the year, 272, 4 home runs, 13 RBIs. Ready with the 0-1.
Nope. Ball 1. 1-0.
Clearly staying away from him in this at-bat with that runner in scoring position tells me they're trying to force him to reach for something and maybe roll over on it.
No offer on that one. 2 balls and a strike. Even count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Merrifield leads off second with nobody out. 3-2 to the Royals' designated hitter. Ryan O'Hearn will be next. And he fouls this one off. Working for the punch out and the offering. And a check swing here, but the bat clearly breaks the plane as he's set down for the first out.
A lot of indecision there on that check swing, and that's something you see quite a lot on 3-2. When the difference between striking out and drawing a walk can be an inch or two, it's pretty understandable why guys aren't always aggressive with their swings.
Ryan O'Hearn is at the plate as he looks at ball 1. Tough to do much with that one, a swing and a miss. Just got the corner that time with a fastball, strike 2. Breaking ball, that's in the dirt as he takes a ball. Swing and a miss. Looked like the knuckle curve there, and that's out number 2.
Now, after back-to-back strikeouts, he's got a real good chance of making that leadoff double pretty much meaningless. He's made some good pitches, and these hitters have really failed driving him in or at least getting him over.
Here's the catcher, Salvador Perez, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. And this one's in the dirt. Good job keeping it close as the count goes to 1-1. 2 out here and a runner at second. Ball and 2 strikes to the Royals catcher. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now. Still even at 2-2.
Swing and a miss at a big breaking ball, and that's how the inning comes to an end.
1 left for Kansas City. Still no score. So here's the cleanup hitter, Aaron Judge. He'll get us started in the top of the second.
Aaron Judge.
Here's the first pitch to him. Well out in front of the breaking ball there for a strike. Judge, who fittingly gets the nickname All Rise. This is his 6th season for him in the big leagues. And it's quickly 0-2.
Not surprised he's laid on a heater right there. Just saw an off-speed pitch. Wanted to stay back a little bit too long.
Sent in the air out to straightaway central. Owings will wait on it. 1 down.
Batting 5th.
So here's how the Kansas City Royals are positioned defensively. And I'd like to focus on Salvador Perez, the man who dons the tools of ignorance behind the dish. He's a clubhouse leader. He's one of the best pitch framers in the game. He's like a soft blanket back there for this pitching staff.
And here's the big right-handed power threat, Trey Mancini, as he looks at a fastball that's in there for strike 1. As he enters this one with an absurdly high batting average. Definitely one of the most dangerous hitters in the league these days. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2.
Boy, so far early into this one, this guy's pitching really well, and I'm a big believer in body language. He's getting the ball. He's working really quick, keeping the ball down in the zone. And if you take a look at this guy so far early on, a lot of positive signs. He looks like he brought his good stuff in this one.
Now a swing and a miss. He struck him out, and it's 2 up, 2 down to start the second.
Boy, that's the best pitch in baseball right there with 2 strikes. That elevated fastball. Every hitter thinks that, hey, they can do something with that, but most of the time you get the result that you saw right there. A big swing and a miss and another strikeout.
At the plate, Gary Sanchez. As with 2 away, he'll swing and miss at a first pitch fastball for strike 1. No score here as we play inning number 2. And this is fouled at the plate. Pitch popped up. Mondesi has got it, and the side is retired. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. So digging in now, Hunter Dozier. He's set to lead off the home half of the second. In there for strike 1, 0-1. And it's fouled away. Fastball well outside. Buehler has a reputation, or a knack if you will, for working himself out of tough situations when he finds himself there. A lot of relief pitchers are known for that, obviously, but as a starter, that's certainly a valuable characteristic to have.
Matty D, and I'm going to tell you who likes this. The bullpen likes it, and the manager likes this, because most pitchers are going to get into trouble at least 1 or 2 times during the course of a start, and it's nice to know as a manager that you have a guy that's out there that can pitch with men on base and wiggle out of some tough jams. This guy's made a living doing this in his career.
So striding forward now, Chris Owings. First pitch of the at-bat on its way.
0-1, no strike.
A ball and a strike.
Threw that fastball right by him. He had no chance to get the barrel of that one.
And he takes a called strike 2. Now a swing and a miss as he picks up another one. Make it 4 strikeouts already, and there's your first out. Good job of making him chase a pitch for the strikeout there.
Yeah, Matt, that's the advantage of getting ahead in the count. You can really force hitters to expand their zone and protect. And when they're in that mode, getting them to go after a pitch they can't do much with becomes a lot easier.
Into the box, Adalberto Mondesi as he lines it hard to the right side, but out of play. Day off for him yesterday, but back out there for this one. Runner's going. He swings and misses. Throw down. Not in time. He's in there at second.
We all know this team is struggling right now. They're on a losing streak, so when that's the case, sometimes you need to be a little bit more aggressive and try to put some pressure on your opponents. Stolen bases are a good way of doing that, so we'll see if it pays off on the scoreboard for him right now.
One and two, the counts of the Royals shortstop. Lined but speared on a hop, and there's out number 2.
Batting eighth, the left fielder, Robbie.
Here's Robbie Grossman, who's back in the starting lineup for this one after sitting out last night's game. And he'll hold off on the slider here to start the at-bat. It's ball 1.
34 pitches for him through an inning and 2/3 right now. That's not terrible, but it's a lot higher than he'd like.
2 balls and no strikes to the Kansas City left fielder. Here's the 2-0. 2 balls and a strike.
great job of doubling up with a fastball inside. A lot of times you'll see a pitcher go in there, but they won't go back in there a second time. This guy's not afraid to pitch inside.
Right on the corner, 2-2.
That's a tough pitch for a batter. If you're not expecting it, you'll end up with half a bat after you swing.
Swing and a miss as the slider sets him down for the final out of the inning. Royals leave one. We'll move to the third with no score. Settling in now, Clint Frazier. He's the number 7 hitter, but he's leading off the third after the first 6 guys in the lineup have been retired in order.
Yeah, it's been a great start to the guy on the mound. It'll be interesting to see if they can find a way to get to this guy before he really settles in.
Pitch on the way. Now a fastball to start the third. That misses. It's ball 1. One and one, the count to Clint Frazier. Gets him to swing at a pitch down and out of the zone. 1-2.
Offered at that breaking ball below the zone, and that's a tough one to spit on. But the key is recognizing it coming out of the pitcher's hand earlier and making sure that it goes up before it comes down. More likely to be a hanger when that's the case.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Just flat out froze him there. Nothing too deceptive about that four-seam fastball, so I think he wasn't expecting it at all.
Here's Miguel Andujar now. That's softly hit to right. Will that get down? And this will be put away easily for the out.
Batting ninth, the shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
Here's the shortstop now, Jose Iglesias. And he's carrying a batting average of just over 300. So clearly he's been a productive player with the bat in his hand so far. Mondesi scoops it up. Throw on to first gets him, and the side is retired. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. Home half of the third coming up. No score.
We're back now as the Royals line up readies for their third turn with the bats, and unfortunately for them, this club has had its issues on offense. Currently, they rank dead last in the league in team batting average and perhaps more importantly, runs scored. As one of the coaches told me, the entire organization is pulling their hair out trying to figure out how to put a more potent lineup on the field, but that's not something that changes overnight. He said it's going to be a process to become the team we want to be, but we're willing to do the hard work that it's going to take to get there. Matt?
All right, Heidi, thank you. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Brett Phillips is the batter now as he looks at a ball 1-0. Now here's the pitch. Swing and a line drive, but foul. Fastball called strike. 1-2. And it's a 2-2 count to Brett Phillips. Swing and a miss as he starts the third the same way he ended the second with a punch out, 1 away. Another strikeout for him on the mound, and boy is it fun to watch him go about his business.
No doubt, Matty. He's one of my favorites, mostly because of his stuff. You know, he can absolutely dominate on any given day because of what he offers up there. It's just nasty. There aren't many hitters that like to see this guy on the mound.
Fooled pretty badly there as he reaches to poke this one foul. Set to deliver the 0-1. And here's a curveball in the dirt that time for a ball. 1-1. A 2-1 count to the leadoff hitter for Kansas City.
Hey, after the double at his first at-bat, looks like he's trying to pitch around this guy a little bit.
Now the 2-1 pitch.
Yeah.
Pretty easy pitch to lay off there, 2-2. Not even close to being in the strike zone. He made it easy for the hitter in that one.
And he'll stay with it to put it away as they get their man here for the second out.
The batter, number 6, designated hitter, Billy Hamilton.
So here's the Royals DH, Billy Hamilton. First pitch of the at-bat, hit down the third baseline.
Got to be careful with this guy here. He can really handle the bat. Even though they're 2 outs, he might try to drop one down for a base hit.
Grounded to the right. He's got it. Off balance throw gets him. Nice play there as the side is retired. Royals go down 1-2-3. We'll head to the fourth, still scoreless. Ready for another chance? Gleyber Torres back to the top of the lineup as they're still looking for their first base runner in this one.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've yet to figure this guy out on the mound. He's looked great so far.
He has, but we'll see if this second trip through the order changes anything.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what kind of adjustments these hitters are able to make in the middle innings of this game.
Another one fouled off, and he's quickly behind 0-2. Now the fastball is right by him as he swings and misses for the first out of the inning. Didn't mess around much in that at-bat, Dan.
No, that was pretty impressive, Matt. I really like a pitcher that trusts and works off his fastball. And right there, he decided he didn't need to use anything else. 3 straight heaters and go grab some bench.
Here's the second baseman, DJ LeMahieu, as the first pitch to him is in there for a called strike 1. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. The windup and the 0-1. Lofted in the air out toward right center.
In comes Phillips.
He tracks it down and makes the play to record the second out.
Now batting, the first baseman, David Rosario.
At the plate, David Rosario. He'll look to bounce back after striking out his last time up.
Yeah, and he didn't put up much of a fight either, Matty. Got to find a way. Can't go down 3 pitches. I don't care if you're staring at him or swinging at him. You have to find a way to make this pitch.
And the throw to first is there. The inning is over. So the Yanks go 1-2-3. On to the bottom of the fourth now, still with no score. In now, Ryan O'Hearn. He'll start things out here in a tie ball game.
This game is rolling right along as we move into the middle innings with no score. You'd think by now one of these 2 teams would be able to get some base runners on and get them in, but that hasn't been the case.
This is hit high in the air out toward left center. Therefore, it is Mancini, and that's the first out of the inning.
Up next to the voice, the catcher, Salvador Perez.
One away for the Royals here in the fourth. And up next, the former World Series hero, Salvador Perez. Breaking ball below the zone. That's ball 1. And a good heater as he just watches this baby, a ball and a strike.
It's been more than 2 innings since this guy's allowed anyone to reach base. He looks pretty unbeatable on the bump right now.
Count moves to a ball and 2 strikes now. Line towards center field. And that's into the outfield for a 1-out hit.
Now batting, the third baseman, Hunter Dozier.
And that brings in Hunter Dozier as he'll take a look at ball 1. A swing and a ground ball to third. And that's a fair ball as this one gets by him at third.
Hey, they weren't going to keep this guy down for long. That's the ebbs and flows of a baseball season. Bottom line is this guy has bat-to-ball skills. You knew he was going to get hot eventually.
Here's Chris Owings now. As the first pitch to him is off the plate for a ball, 1-0. Comes into this at-bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. And a fastball runs a bit inside. He's down 2-0.
Great chance right here as a hitter to be really aggressive. With 2 guys already on, pretty good shot. He's going to get a challenge pitch right here.
2 balls and a strike to count. Now the 2-1 pitch. Lifted in the air to center. Judge is there now, and he has it. 2 gone. And no tag at second. He'll head back there with 2 away now.
Now batting, number 27.
Stepping in, Adalberto Mondesi. 2 men on, 2 away here in the 4th. And a breaking ball in the dirt that time for a ball. Fouled off. To first. Scooped up. And he'll step on the bag himself, and the inning is over. So it's no runs on 2 hits, no errors, and 2 men left stranded. We played 4 full, and we are tied 0-0. Welcome back. Heidi Watney standing by as we get set for the top of the 5th.
Thanks, Matt. I talked with Yankees manager Aaron Boone during the break about the team's offensive performance so far, and he told me, overall, he's not happy with the at-bats they're putting together. They haven't had a single guy on base yet, so it's starting to feel a little desperate down here. But he said they've unfortunately just been faced with some really great pitching today. The key going forward is to find any way they can to get him out of his rhythm on the mound. Now, that may be a tall task, but they feel the little adjustments could lead to things turning around for them.
The center field.
Okay, thank you, Heidi.
Aaron.
First pitch coming. Here it is. Smoked on the ground up the middle. And a base hit, so the leadoff man is aboard.
There's a hard hit ground ball. Pitcher not able to get a glove on it. Hard single up the middle.
Yeah, watch your lips right there, Dan. Sent it back right where it came from.
So here's Trey Mancini as he'll take a look at a strike on the outside corner. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 1 thus far. Nothing in 1 count. Here it comes. Back up the middle. That's through for a base hit, and he's 1 for 2 now.
Hey, 2 runners on after back-to-back singles right there. They are in prime position to put the first run on the board right here.
Stepping in now, Gary Sanchez. As the first pitch to him is swung on and missed for strike 1.
Man, he's looking sharp so far. 80% of his first pitches are for strikes. He might be able to go the distance if he keeps this up.
Comes set with the 0-1. Swing, high drive, left field and deep. A ball that's carrying. On the warning track, he makes the catch. And he'll move up to third now. Runners at the corners here with 1 away.
Good read there at second base to know he could make it to third on the flyout. Now he's only 90 feet away with 1 out.
Runners on the corners now with 1 man gone. And that'll bring up the outfielder Clint Frazier. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And there's a line drive. Base hit to left field. And they're going to take a 1-0 lead as the run comes across to score.
Now batting.
And now time is called here as their pitching coach is going to pay a quick visit to the mound to discuss how they want to attack things here. And that'll bring up Miguel Andujar as he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory. hit it hard but lined out in his first at-bat. He's set. Here's the 0-1. Softly hit down to third. Likely no shot at two. There's Merrifield. Return throw is in time. How about that? They do turn two, and it gets him out of the inning. Around the horn they go. 5-4 to 3 to end the threat. More to come on the show Sunday Baseball after this. Welcome back for the bottom of the fifth. Here's Heidi Watney.
Matt, I talked with the Kansas City manager during the inning break about the Royals' offensive production to this point. And flat out, he was very pleased with the quality of their at-bats. No, they have not scored yet, but they have been successful in running up the pitch count, something they feel will eventually pay dividends on the scoreboard as the starter gets tired and they are forced to go to the bullpen. For now, they're sticking to the plan.
Good stuff, Heidi. Thanks.
Leading up.
Set now for the bottom of the fifth, and that'll bring forth the veteran outfielder, Robbie Grossman. 1 ball, no strikes to count. Fastball misses in the dirt as he tried to get him to chase the low one.
Sometimes it can be difficult for a pitcher. You're facing a guy that's not known to be a big stick in the lineup. Sometimes the toughest thing is to be aggressive and throw strikes.
The 2-1 home.
Ball, that's outside.
Great AB up until this point. A walk right here could really just infuse some confidence into this lineup.
He likely had ball 4 that time, but couldn't hold back on the swing, so that moves the count to 3-2 now. And the knuckle curve freezes him as he becomes out number 1. Well, it's still early, but it's also worth noting that he'd be in line for the win if this keeps up as we take a look at the league leaders in games won this season. And as you see, he's right up there among league leaders in that department. So 1 away here with the bases empty, and that brings up outfielder Brett Phillips. Now a big fastball, and he's well behind it with the swing.
When the pitcher on the mound's establishing this kind of heater, you got to come off everything else and find a way to get that bat head in the zone.
And he goes against the shift there as this is on the ground to the left side. Finally, a little something for them to get excited about.
Yeah, a rally can begin with the single swing of the bat, and this might be their chance right here. They've struggled to produce a lot of runs, but there he is at second base. A shot to the outfield scores him. Then who knows what kind of roll they can get on. Got to take it one good at-bat at a time.
So stepping in, Whit Merrifield, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield. No runs, 5 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. And he checks his swing. Did he go around? Yes, says the first base umpire. Strike 2. And he struck him out. Strikeout number 8 now in the ballgame for him.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? And what's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Billy Hamilton digging in now, as he'll take a look at a slider here that misses for ball 1. This is line to left. Phillips is on his way home. And the runner will score from second. And he'll get there without a play. It's a stand-up triple.
So he's unable to wiggle out of danger, and we're all knotted up.
And as a former pitcher, I know how painful that is. He's 1 out away from ending the inning, and he gives up an RBI triple. Nice job by the offense cashing in. Now they've got a good chance to take the lead.
To the plate now, Ryan O'Hearn. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball 1. No hits to this point. Fouled away. Breaking pitch, and this bounces in front of the catcher.
1 out away from stranding that runner on third. So the last thing you want to do is throw a wild pitch and let him.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. The Royals do strike for a run here on the RBI triple.
5 innings complete, all even at 1 apiece. Top half of the 6th about to get started, and stepping in is the veteran shortstop, Jose Iglesias.
Jose Iglesias.
Now the pitch. Swing and a screamer, but this one's not going to stay fair. The windup and the 0-1. Ground ball sent back up the middle, and this will find its way into center field for a leadoff single.
Nice execution right there. Ball was down below the knees. He stayed through it and was able to drive it for a base hit.
Standing in now, Gleyber Torres will swing and lift the ball foul off to the left and out of play. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. Again, another foul ball. Here it comes on 0-2. This is line to left, and that'll get down for a base hit.
These guys are in perfect position to break through right here and to take the lead. There is, without question, nothing tougher than back-to-back singles. You don't know if they're going to bunt. You don't know. They can do so. They have so many options at their disposal right now.
So now to the plate, DJ LeMahieu, as he will take a fastball in there at the knees for strike 1. 0 for 2 from him so far in this one. Oh, 1, here's the pitch. Right back to the mound, could be an easy 2. On to first, a double play.
Well, there's the pitcher's best friend right there. The inning was off to a rough start, right? But nothing changes that like a good old 2-ball. We'll see if they can strand the runner at third now.
Digging in, David Rosario. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Here comes the first pitch. Grounded up the first baseline, but a foul ball here. 0-1. 0-1 count. Here it is. Skied into straightaway right. Phillips is on his horse, and he brings it down to end the inning as the go-ahead run is left stranded. Yanks leave 1. Still tied 1 apiece. Digging in once again, Salvador Perez. He's singled in 2 trips to the plate thus far.
Salvador Perez.
He's set and the pitch. And no swing apparently. Ball 1. Oh, much too tardy on the fastball. 1-1.
Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
Boy, this is a tight one. You kind of get the feeling like the next team that scores is going to win this one.
1-2.
I got the count. 1 and 2.
And he rings up another one. Make it 9 strikeouts for him in the game.
Well, pitching domination continues. Just a total of 2 runs on the board, so both of these starters should feel really good about their showings. If you love good pitching, this has been the game for you.
Hunter Dozier digging in now
as he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center.
Judge is there. 2 gone.
Now back.
So he's just a third of an inning away from putting up another 0 as we take a look at the ball clubs with the lowest team ERAs. And you can see that this staff currently leads the AL in that category. Stepping up now, Chris Owings. It was a flyout for him in his last trip. And he runs it in on him and gets him to swing through it for strike one. 1 run, 6 hits, and no errors so far for the Royals. Late decision to swing that time, and as a result, it's 0-2.
Man, this guy's really pitched well so far, attacking the strike zone, and he's really kept these hitters off balance.
The 0-2 pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air toward the line and right. And that's in there. Base hit.
Now back. Number 27.
Into the box now, Adalberto Mondesi, batting left-handed here as he takes a look at strike one. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. That's in there, and he's deep in the hole now, 0-2.
Well, you can see he's coming right at this guy, just pounding the ball in the strike zone. He certainly has the advantage now. This guy hasn't even swung the bat yet.
A ball and 2 strikes now. The 1-2 is a wave and a miss. He struck him out. 1 left for Kansas City. Score remains tied 1-1. Here's big Aaron Judge. He'll start the 7th, and Dan, as a former pitcher yourself, you must be enjoying this. Lots of good pitching and defense today.
Oh, that's one of the keys. We're seeing a lot of strikes. We're seeing a lot of swings. We're seeing some great plays on defense. This has been a snappy one up to this point. What a performance so far. Throwing first pitch strikes to 90% of the batters. It's hard to get any better than that.
Into the windup. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. A bouncer to the left side. On to first, and a big out to start the 7th. 1 gone.
The left fielder, number 20, Trey Mancini.
1 gone here in the Yankee 7th, and that'll bring up the power-hitting outfielder Trey Mancini. First offering on its way. Oh, had him chopping at that one. It's 0-1. Boys, we see the pitch count. It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Hey, this guy has really been attacking the zone, and this lineup.
And that is through into center field for a 1-out single.
Dan, this guy's on fire. I used to say all the time it's about 150 ABs to 200 ABs where you start figuring out what type of season you're going to have. He's obviously in May, and he's on fire.
D-Road, he's been locked in from day one of this season. It's continuing right now. Anything that is around the strike zone, he feels he can get the barrel to it, and he continues to hit line drives.
Gary Sanchez is in with 1 away now as he swings and misses here at strike 1. 0 for 2 for him to this point. The 0-1 pitch. Oh, on the ground to short. Could this be 2? To second for 1. On to first as they get the double play to get him out of the inning. Down in order go the Yankees. Score remains deadlocked at 1. Bottom of the inning now, and standing in is the veteran outfielder, Robbie Grossman. Slow little grounder left side.
Grossman.
As we take a look at his numbers, a couple of things jump out at you.
Definitely, Matt. He's been throwing it by guys the entire game, but that leads to some high pitch counts, and that's the case here. After that hit, you have to wonder if he's starting to get a little bit fatigued.
Yeah, and in today's game, everyone seems to want to err on the side of caution in terms of pitch counts. Brett Phillips is next as he finds himself behind 0-1. A hit in 2 at-bats for him at this point in the ballgame. Now about a 58-foot breaking pitch that he wisely lays off here. And the fastball is off his glove, and it gets away. And a very big mistake, as that'll move the possible go-ahead run into scoring position. Just off the inside part of the plate, it's 3-1.
When you're playing close games like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
And it's up to a 3-2 full count now.
3 balls, 2 strikes.
And he fouls this one off. He's set. Here's the 3-2. And he struck him out. And there's strikeout number 11 in the ballgame.
Really good late bite on that slider right there. The best ones have that late action that just darts at the last minute. They're so tough to get the bat on, and when you've got that good slider going, it's a great strikeout pitch.
With Merrifield next to bat, as he'll take a look at a high strike that time. It's 0-1. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. And a pitch up and in, keeping him honest. 1-1. Now a 58-foot curveball that misses for a ball. Go-ahead runs in scoring position here with 1 away. Oh, and not an easy pitch to lay off of, but he did somehow, and he's got it to 3-1. And the good fastball there finds the zone as the count goes full now. 3-2. Right side, but it's going to be a foul ball. Once again, a 3-2. There's ball 4.
And when your pitch count gets over 100, you've got to expect them to lose a little bit of accuracy out there. And I think if he gets in any more trouble, they might come get him. We'll see if he can finish strong.
So it's a tight spot here. First and second, 1 man out. And in to hit next, the speedy presence of Billy Hamilton. Here comes the Yankee skipper on his way to the mound, and it would appear he's seen enough of his starter this afternoon. So he'll leave with a couple of runners aboard that are his responsibility, meaning he'd be happy to get out of here with a no decision. Zach Britton is into the ball game now as he'll make his 5th appearance of the season here.
53, Zach Britton.
Comes set. Here's the 0-0 pitch. Trying to lay one down here, but he misses strike 1. First and second now, 1 man out. And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1.
Well, the Royals have been searching for that big hit pretty much all game. It remains to be seen if they can get it, but now sure would be a great time.
Lofted in the air out toward right center. Frazier is there, and he makes the catch for the out.
The batter, number 66.
Coming to the plate now, Ryan O'Hearn. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance to come through here in a crucial spot.
Yeah, it's time now that he has to put the rest of those bats behind it, because none of that matters if he can clutch up when it really counts.
You have to find a way to lay off that low sinker. There is just no way to do any damage. You're just looking at either a bruised shin or a ground out to the left side.
And he struck him out, so a masterful job of being thrown into the fire and getting the big strikeout to end the inning. Fine work there out of the Yankee bullpen. We'll look ahead to inning number 8 now, all tied at 1-1. Joe Ross has been summoned from the bullpen as he'll do so to start the 8th. Ready to begin the 8th, and that'll bring up the outfielder Clint Frazier.
The right fielder, Clint Frazier.
First offering on its way. Good pitch there, had him a little out in front. Behind 0-2 now. And a check swing. Did he go around? No, says the first base umpire. It's ball 1. The 1-2. Liner towards second, but an atom ball right to him for the first out. So his day is fully over now as you get a look at the pitching line for the Kansas City starter. Great day's work any way you look at it.
One of the big keys to having a good pitching performance is not being afraid to throw the ball into the strike zone. And this guy certainly wasn't in this one. Didn't allow a walk all game long.
Miguel Andujar is in for the third time as he swings and misses at that one. It's 0-1. He's 0 for 2 in the ballgame so far. A 1 pitch on its way. Had him reaching at thin air that time, and he's very quickly down 0-2. The Royals get some action in the bullpen going now as a left-hander starts to throw. And this is swung on and missed. 2 are quickly retired to start inning number 8.
That's not an at-bat he or his hitting coach are going to be happy with at all. It's bad enough to go down on 3 pitches, but none of them were even in the strike zone. That's a bad look.
In now, Jose Iglesias. As he'll reach for 1 and come up empty for the first strike. He's 1 for 2 in this one. And a good idea to hold off on that swing. It's ball 1.
He's going to have to take a deep breath. A little bit ultra aggressive at the plate right now after fishing at the first pitch and looking like he was going to commit on that one.
Lifted in the air to center. And Owings will make the play there to retire the side. 1, 2, 3 go the Bombers. Still tied 1 apiece. And up steps Salvador Perez. He's batting cleanup in this one, but will get us started here in the inning as they look to wake up the bats.
Yeah, not much to get excited about with just a single notch on the scoreboard, but you have to give credit to where it's deserved. The pitching on the other side has been really impressive.
Torres has it, and there's 1 away.
Every pitcher loves to get quick outs, right? How about that? 1 pitch, 1 out, a pop-up to start the inning.
Now batting, Hunter Dozier. So far, 2 for 3 in this one. He's set. Here it comes. Tried to check it, and it's 0-1. On the ground to second for Torres. Reined in. And he'll whip this one over to first, and he gets his man for the second out.
The center fielder, number 2, Owings.
Now in the box, Chris Owings. He steps in off a base hit in his last at-bat. First pitch coming. Here it is. Good fastball down around the knees there, taken for a strike. Grounder down the line at third, but that'll get foul. It's 0-2 now. The 0-2. And he gets him to pop it up on the right side of the infield. And 8 innings have come and gone now as the inning is over. KC down in order. Score remains tied 1-1. New inning set to get underway, and set to go is the second baseman, Gleyber Torres.
Gleyber Torres.
First pitch of the at-bat on its way. Pulls this one in the air out to left. Grossman is there. One quick out to start inning number 9.
The batter, the third baseman, DJ LeMahieu.
Digging in to try it again. DJ LeMahieu, lifetime against Joe Ross. He's 4 for 14. He's taken him deep once. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. Hard hit ball to second. Solid base hit for him, his first of the afternoon. So he waited till the 9th inning, but he comes through here to extend the hit streak. That was close.
Yeah, Matty B, you see that wry smile of him coming out of the box right there. He knew what was on the line. He'd be lying if he didn't.
There's a lot of pressure on you because you're walking into that batter's box thinking, I have a nice streak going, and this is more than likely going to be my last AB. He comes through in the clutch.
At the plate now, David Rosario. Ball 1 to start the at-bat. The 1-0. And he turns this one around high and deep to center field. Center fielder looking up. And as Yankees fans hear on television quite frequently, see ya! 2-run shot to straightaway center as they've taken a 2-run lead.
Hey, with one swing of the bat, that closer better get ready. He's going to be doing some work in the bottom half of this inning.
And that'll bring up Aaron Judge. This will take a look at a slider here that finds the zone for strike 1. He's got a hit in 3 at-bats to this point. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. Still only 1 out in the inning. And now he'll foul this one off as well to fall behind here. No balls and 2 strikes. Got him swinging. Chased it well out of the zone, and there are 2 gone.
It's never easy to rebound after serving up a 2-run shot, but that at bat was a good indication to me that he isn't letting it get to him. He went right after him for the strikeout.
At the plate, Trey Mancini. Swing, and there it goes. He got all of that ball, and it's gone. So a solo shot down the line in left, number 18 for him on the campaign, as the Yankees have taken a 4-1 lead.
Well, any insurance run you can put on the board this late in the game feels like 2 runs. That's how important they are. They're up 3 now and only need 3 more outs to end this one. See if they can close the deal.
Yimi Garcia takes over now with 2 gone here in the top of inning number 9.
Number 63, Yimi Garcia. Now batting, catcher, Gary.
Stepping in now, Gary Sanchez. Oh, and that ball's absolutely crushed down the line. Forget about it. That's going to stay fair and make it back-to-back home runs. It's a solo shot here for Gary Sanchez. Number 18 for him on the campaign as they stretch the lead to 5-1.
I think it's time to start pitching around this guy. He's hit 3 home runs already in this series. I'm not sure what more they need to see, but this is not the guy I want to be pitching to right now.
Now batting, right fielder, Clint Frazier.
Into the box, Clint Frazier, as he'll try to hold back on the swing, but he went around for the first strike. With this one almost in the books, the story was clearly the long ball. What are your thoughts on this offense, fellas?
Well, Matty V, I don't know what your thoughts are, D-Roll, but boy, when the weather starts to warm up and the ball starts jumping out like this, it's clear that the pitchers need to start making better pitches.
Yeah, just great approach. No one really chased today. Really stayed staunch on their ability to get that pitcher to come into the heart of the plate, and they did damage with it.
Now a ball lined to the left side. Foul. Another 1-2 delivery, and he struck him out. So a good pitch there, and now they're going to need to string some hits together in this last at-bat if they want to get back in this thing. So 4 runs in the inning, but of note there was that they came on the strength of 3 home runs. Bottom part of the order, 7, 8, and 9 due up in the bottom of inning number 9. The Yankees lead it 5-1. Chad Green, a right-handed reliever standing 6'3", gets the ball now out of the bullpen.
Chad Green.
Adalberto Mondesi will be the first one to greet him here as he'll be forced to turn around and hit from the left side now.
Number 27.
Here's the pitch. And a fastball close, but ultimately ruled a ball, 1-0. And 2-0 now as this misses below the knees.
Hey, you want to talk about being in a zone? This guy's been raking lately, and it all starts with his pitch selection. 2 great takes, and he's almost daring the pitcher just go ahead and challenge him.
A little roller toward the hole. He's got to hurry. And there's 1 gone to start the bottom of the 9th.
The left fielder, number 8, Robbie Grossman.
Now to the plate, Robbie Grossman. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. And that swung on and missed for strike 1. A swinging strike, and now it's 0-2.
That's a
0-2 is a fastball that misses inside. 1-2 now.
Boy, he sped him up in this at-bat. Now it's time for the changeup. This guy's got a good one, and he hasn't thrown it yet in this at-bat.
And he struck out again. That's the 3rd time he's gone down on strikes in this one.
One of the toughest pitches to hit, the straight changeup, right? El Cambio. Hadn't seen it in that entire at-bat, and what happens? Gets the string pulled on him right there. Had no chance to put that ball in play.
Brett Phillips will bat next, as he'll take a changeup here for strike 1. He was sat down on strikes in his last at-bat. And this is swung on and missed. So with that, they find themselves down to their final strike here this afternoon. KC down to their final strike in this one. Swing and a miss. He struck him out, and that'll do it here as the ball game is over.
Man, I don't care who you roll out there against these guys. That's 10 wins in a row for them, so they feel like they could beat anybody in the league right now, and they're making it look awfully easy too.
5-1 the final total in today's game. The New York Yankees came through when it mattered in the ninth on the way to the win. Zach Britton gets the win in relief, his second of the year. So that just about does it for Mark DeRosa, Dan Plesac, Heidi Watney, and our entire crew. I'm Matt Vasgersian. You've been watching MLB The Show. For more, make your way over to theshownation.com.
Our final line score this afternoon. First for the victorious Yankees, 5 runs, 10 hits, no errors. They left 4 men on base. For Kansas City, 1 run, 8 hits, no errors. They left 8 men on base. Time of the ball game, 2 hours and 49 minutes. Thank you for joining us here this afternoon. And we remind you to please drive home safely.